Alright everyone, we're back. Hello! We just defeated Ranjit, ran Vauthry out of his kingdom, and now we gotta speak to the people. Good news, Mero. It would seem that Reen is indeed able to reverse the effects of Vauthry's influence. Even as we speak, she tends to inflict it in turn. The problem being, there's no end to them. We're trying to provide what relief we can to those who are waiting, and would appreciate your help if you're willing. You can now attune with the Aetherite in Eulmore. Paradise Fallen. So, here is some dream powder. We're administering it to the enthralled to keep them calm until they receive proper attention. I would appreciate it if you could assist with this task. Now, those affected are scattered all over the city. I suggest you starting your search at the derelicts and working your way up. When you're done, be sure to let Reed know. Hey look, there's people here. Let's finally use the ether, the thing here, and we'll go down to the derelicts. Well, that's the mainstay. What's going? Okay, we got the southeast derelicts. Alright, so we were down here once before. That person's name is Zia Bost. Hey there, Thoric. What's going on? Oh, Lord Vauthry, you are my daily meal. That's disturbing. You know, go to sleep, bud. He be sleep. Alright, so we got another one in the mainstay. So let's warp to the mainstay. Pray, speak to the locals, and then return to the Waking Sands. I mean, this is a bit different than speaking to the locals, and has a reasonable reason for us to do it. You're the kind soul who saved me from falling to my death. My issue with the talk to the locals in Dawn Trail is that is the sole way they utilize. She's sleeping. A medicine to help her rest while she awaits treatment, you say? Oh, okay, I skipped through that by accident. Anyway, my issue with the talk to the locals thing is they use that as like pretty much the sole reason or way to spread history and culture and whatnot. They didn't try to do any other method for it, and it gets stale very quickly when that's the only way you try to tell your story. Man, I remember running around this area for between raids a lot. Free citizen. I don't know if you're free. Must stop trespassers bullying our paradise. Alright, time for you to go to sleepies. Where did you fly to, my sweet canary? Hey, this is that dude who we helped before. He's not free from Vauthry. He's free in that you can just take him with you when you leave. He doesn't cost anything. Well, there you are, Mira. I just finished aiding this man. Now for the next one. More in the derelicts below, you say? So many of them. But Minfilia entrusted this power to me. I won't rest until I've helped everyone. I can bring the enthralled to you. Oh, that would certainly make it easier for me to work. Thank you, Miro. I'll do my best to keep pace. Don't make me go down and get them again, please. That would be really obnoxious.
You're going to be all right.
I think that's the last of them.
We've done all we can for the wounded. As for the rest...
Aren't you Alphino? The painter boy? What in the world is going on? Did something happen to us?
Let me handle this. Citizens of Eulmore, what I'm about to tell you will come as a shock. Indeed, you may be loath to believe it, but if you trust the evidence of your senses, it is my hope that you will listen and accept the truth, unpalatable though it may be. Vauthry is a sin-eater. Everything he offered, everything he promised, was a lie.
They're not taking it well, and who could blame them?
Are you saying we were Vauthry's puppets all this time?
When you attacked us, you were not yourselves. That much is true. But your conduct prior to that moment was your own. Vauthry's unnatural charisma does not absolve you of all responsibility. Of your own free will, you came to this city and gave yourselves over to its pleasures. And in the course of this, if you mistreated those less fortunate than you, then that too was of your own free will. It is not for me to judge you, but for your victims, for history, for your conscience. You have dreamed a twisted dream, but now you are awake. You may yet share this world of ours. Join with us and each other, that we might begin anew. We've lost so many already. We dare not lose any more. I have said my piece. My thanks for giving me the chance. There is nothing more to be done here. Let us go after Vauthry.
Is there anything we can do to help? You risked your lives to bring us to our senses, and I, for one, hope to repay that debt. Begin anew, as you said.
Vauthry has fled to Mount Gulg, and we mean to pursue him. Do any of you know the way?
The only way to Mount Gulg is over the Bright Cliff. Have you an airship?
We will contemplate flight only as a last resort. Were we to come under attack whilst airborne, we would have little hope of defending ourselves. If at all possible, we would prefer to travel by land. Is there a way?
Well, the ladder is the only way up and down the cliff, but it hasn't moved in a long time. In the old days, it was operated by the mining folk who lived at the top. After the flood, it saw less and less use, and when Lord Vauthry took control, it was abandoned altogether.
So we somehow need to get the ladder working again.
It moves by means of a talos, if that's any help. But good luck repairing that.
Talos? Did someone say Talos? You know all about them, don't you, dearest? If anyone can get this lift moving, it's you.
Well, perhaps. But see here.
Oh, yes. If you want the golem restored, you may leave it to my husband. For he happens to be the heir to Daedalus Stoneworks, foremost makers of Talos, whose contracts include the renowned mining venture of Armoreng.
It's been years and years since I had anything to do with it. I can't just pick up a hammer and set to work.
You can't?
No, that's not what I... It's just... All right, I will take a look at the Talos. But beyond that, I make no promises. Those with strong backs, come with me. I'll need help dragging the damn thing out of the storehouse.
Well done, brother.
Come, my friend. We have work to do.
Miro just steps up beside him like that there and is like, good work for a small bitch. The ladder. The ladder is situated in north and west of right. Let us make our way over there, Miro. You guys ready to climb the ladder? And this time we're not talking about the corporate ladder. We're talking about a... It's not even like a literal ladder. It's actually just an elevator. Jeremy, how would you feel about riding on an elevator or a ladder that was like an escalator but a ladder? Jeremy, would you be upset if 15 people in a row showed you their butthole and that the last one was Vector? This is the ladder. I want to know what I did to make 15 people want to show me their buttholes. That's valid. Bottom Rung, they call this place. How very apt. Apparently it used to be the control center for the ladder and a bustling hub of transport. Its glory days are far behind it. First things first, a 50-point inspection. Wouldn't do to have them falling apart to pieces now. Well, why are you standing there gawping? There's lots to be done, so go about and make yourself useful. Don't talk to me like that, you sack of shit. I'll beat the living daylights out of you once this is done. The ladder is a sturdy piece of engineering, but much may go wrong after 20 years of disuse. Let's be doubly thorough with its maintenance. You see my darling Chai so engrossed in his work. I think I'm falling in love again. What if it was 15 cats? Exactly. Miro, dost thou see yonder pair of Talos? For a blessing, they were found to be in good repair. Master Chai prepareth to activate them as we speak. With our arcade knowledge, Ishtal and I will serve as his assistants. At the appointed hour, we shall imbue the golems with ether. Others, meanwhile, attend to the ladder itself, which hath too long lain neglected. Extended maintenance will be needed ere it can move again, as well as myriad materials with which to perform it. If thou art willing, we would prevail upon thee to procure lumber. Fuck you, how about that? My thanks, Miro. Directly south thou wilt find a dry dock, then much yards. Pray see if thou canst persuade the folk there to part with some lumber for our cause. How about I part you with lumber? Off we trot. Oh right, I forgot I haven't gotten all the ether things here. Still have 3 quests to do. Well, 2. One of them is going to be the MSQ, and 2 to find normally. Oh there, sinner! Haven't seen you around before? New to Gate Town, I take it? If you need lumber for a shack, you've come to the right place. We can do the building for you too, though that'll cost extra. You want lumber to restore the ladder? Why in the world would anyone want to do that? If you don't have the coin, the least you could do is come up with a believable excuse. But look, I'm not one to turn folk away. I'll give you your lumber if you do me a favor in return. Of course. I just finished up a stock of our supply, and I was about to do another one for good measure. I want you to do the count instead, and we'll see if your total matches mine. Now, some of the lumber's lying about the yard, but most of it is kept in the storehouse. For these, you can just ask Grithil for the number. Here, I'll lend you some writing material so you can take notes. I don't fucking do any of that. Take stock of the supply of lumber in the shipyard. You can learn... okay. Lumber stack. It's not even a stack. It's like a loose pile. You count 11 planks. Alright. Ain't taking stock for Earth, are ya? Well, last I counted, we had 68 planks in the storehouse here. None of those were rotted through. 9 of those were rotted through, though, so we tossed them out. We have 70. Wait, Grithil, none of those just arrived. 13 planks total, but one's damaged. It's only good for kindling now, so 12, or 82. Right then, bring the good ones here, and I'll be sure to let Irvith know as well. So many places I'm in now? Yeah, you're writing down those numbers anyway, right? I'm sure you can figure it out. So we're at 82. $24. Alright. So 106. Done now, yeah? So how many planks did you count? Aye, that's exactly what I counted. Thanks for your help, friend. Taking stock fair puts me to sleep, but it has to be done. As promised, I'll give you the lumber. What do you need it for anyway? You were serious about the ladder? I'll be damned. If that's the case, please, let us help with the work. We're shipwrights with no ships to build, only shacks. While it's a living, we all itch to do something greater. This fellow you say is in charge. You reckon he'd mind the likes of us barging in on this project? He'd welcome the help. Wonderful. I'll round up the lads and lasses and we'll head over to the ladder, along with all the lumber you need. Sick. Jeremy, would you be upset if 15 guys showed up to your house with lumber telling you they were ready for the project? Isn't that what the movie Cats is about? Yes. It's about 15 cats showing up on some guy's doorstep and showing them their butthole and then leaving. Ah, thou art returned. Wert thou able to procure the lumber? Well, well, to secure not only the material, but eager cooperation of the shipwrights besides. Their expertise shall greatly avail our efforts. Master Tri's own efforts have not been without struggle, but he hath proven himself to be a determined soul. I doubt not that the work shall be completed ere long, and we may continue on our way once more. Though it hath been years in the making, at long last do the people stand united in defiance of the world's fate, their hopes spurring us ever onward towards journey's end. Whatsoever may await us, then when thou takest those final steps, I pray that it shall be with a smile upon thy face. The view from above. Oh look, it's that quest that I need to do. Ah, but prematurely do I give myself to sentimental musings. Many more pressing concerns demand our attention. Not the least of which is the matter how we might reach the mountain, detached from the island as it is. For the present, 'twould appear we have matters well at hand. Perhaps thou shouldst take thine ease for a time. Thou wilt need every ounce of thy strength for the trials ahead. Fuck you. By the intensity with which he works, it's as if all of that reluctance was a lie. Alright, I'm just gonna stand here while they do their work then. And we'll watch them do their montage. They're gonna give me a montage, right? I thought this is the montage prep. This isn't very uplifting montage music. Alphino, what are you doing? What is that man hammering up there?
Would you look at that? The citizens of Eulmore engaging in what can only be described as manual labor. Who would have thought it possible? Do you know the most reliable way to deal with those who stubbornly refuse to see reason? You conquer them, crush them under heel. Such was the trusted method of Alec, and one still favored by Garlemald. But conquest is the easy part. The true challenge begins once the dust has settled, quenching the glowing embers of animosity and maintaining a semblance of peace. This requires the conqueror to treat the conquered with dignity, and the conquered to let bygones be bygones, a difficult feat to achieve. But you have achieved just that, to my considerable surprise. It's a compliment. Take it. Ah, the vibrant energy that fills the air when like-minded souls gather. To think back on that time before time, fair brings a tear to the eye. What? You thought ancient beings like us incapable of crying? Well, rest assured that if your heart can be broken, then so can mine. Back when the world was whole, we had family, friends, loves. Men knew peace and contentment, and with our adamant souls, we could live for an age. There was no conflict born of want or disparity. Our differences paled into insignificance next to all we had in common. And then there was Amarant. Never was a city more magnificent. From the humblest streets to the highest spires, she fairly gleamed. Not that you would remember any of this.
Remember. Is this story going anywhere? Let's do remember.
Never mind. The point is, the world of old was a far better place than what we have now. I believe you would like it, having witnessed the things you have. Remember, you are of the source. Unlike the half-men here, you stand only to gain. Should you survive the remaining calamities, you will become our equal, a complete existence in a complete world. But such talk is a pleasure for later. Back to work, hero. Ah, there was one thing I had meant to ask. How well do you know the XIV? Has he ever deigned to show you what hides beneath the cowl? What? Never? Even to you? How very interesting. I shall enjoy working out what it means. Until next time.
I never doubted you for a moment.
It's alive. I don't know if you remember, but when we first met in this world, I was all but spent. I never thought to wonder why until now. I think it all just got to be too much. The guilt of causing the flood, knowing everyone hated me. But the worst thing was the solitude. Time wears you down, aye. But solitude eats away at you. It was this close to finishing me off. But as bad as it got, and as empty as I felt, I can't even begin to imagine what it must be like for Emmett Selk. All of which is a long way of saying, don't make a choice that leaves you alone. Nothing is worth that, especially not eternity.
Glad tidings, my friend. The ladder lives again.
The three of us have been invited to do the honors. Are you up for it? Of course, if you're worried that the whole thing might come crashing down, we can always find someone else. That's the spirit. Come on, then.
We rode the ladder too, my comrades and I. Once upon a time. Watched the horizon grow, and the town shrink below us. Awed and terrified in equal measure, we ascended without a word, the silence broken only by the rhythm of the gears. No one but me remembers that day. Remembers our journey and our end. Retread the path. Seek, and you may yet find.
So, something that I always question is ghosts. Right? Like, they can walk through things, but yeah, for some reason the ground is always stabilizing to them, which makes me wonder, why the fuck didn't he just fall through the floor of the elevator when it started to raise? I mean, it was a sweet moment, but I question. Anyway, guys, breakdown. Be right back.